The iconic leader of this protest against the continuing Israeli bombing of Gaza is Amal, a puppet created after a 9-year-old Syrian girl who walked through Europe in search of her parents. But really, Amal represents all of suffering children, and particularly children now in Gaza. More than 10,000 children are reported to have been killed in Gaza, among more than 23,000 dead, and many more are reported missing, presumably dead. Amal, and the name means hope in Arabic, has traveled to more than 15 countries to speak for the rights of children in her own way, and she's said to have been seen directly by more than 2 million people, and that number certainly is going to increase substantially by the end of this demonstration in London. Similar protests are taking place in at least 30 other countries. Another large demonstration in London in support of Gazans, this one particularly about the rights of children. But this is not just about children's rights or human rights. Political tremors have been spreading out from Gaza, and demonstrations like this have now taken on a political urgency.
Well, first of all, look at us all in our warm coats and have chosen to come here, managed to get on some transport. The Palestinians in Gaza have none of that. Many hundreds of thousands are now actually literally on the street day to day, or in the rubble of their home where they try to find a room to cuddle together and to give some children some protection, even though they don't know when the next bomb is going to fall. So we come here to stand with them, to remind the world, not only in general about what's happening, but about the children. To think that some children are having limbs amputated without anesthetic is just absolutely the worst you can hear, apart obviously from their death. That shouldn't be happening, and Israel should be facing accountability, and it is. I followed the proceedings in the International Court of Justice, and the South Africans, who we as Palestinians thank from the bottom of our heart, put a compelling case that Israel is committing genocide, and we hope that the court will listen and will grant or order a cessation of fire so that people can receive the aid that they need in massive amounts, but also go home and start rebuilding.
Half of the population in Gaza are children. Many have died. The figure around 12,000. It is being live streamed all over the world. Should it be necessary to do something like this? Should the international community have to, to get to a point where we have to come out every week, every day, local protests? It is a very, very sad situation.
I'm here today because the suffering's been going on too long, and innocent lives have been taken, mostly women and children, and there needs to be an end to the occupation.
The need for demonstration today is obviously because civilians in Gaza are still dying. It's more than 30,000 now by most accounts. And we've also started bombing Yemen, so we're killing civilians in Yemen as well. So we have to keep sending the message to our government and to the US government that we have to put a stop to this. And to be real, Joe Biden could stop this tomorrow. He could stop this today if he wanted to. So we've got to make them want to.